Welcome. Well, hello. Glad to see you. Thanks for making it. Welcome to your Vape at 5. I am your host. I'm BlackCat, and today I have a very, very exciting review that I'm going to do for you, the viewing public. Today we're going to take a look at the new mod by TenaciousTXVapes and TimesVapes. This is the Keen. It is a 18650, 2700, and 21700 mechanical mod designed by Stan. Now, you know Stan. This was eagerly anticipated. Stan is the designer of the Dreamer mech mod, hugely popular. It was one of those mech mods that I think anybody who's a fan of mechs must have, and it comes in a number of different metals. He did an aluminum version with different colors and things of that nature. Very well received, and I think everybody who likes, like I said, I think everybody who likes mechs has a Dreamer, performs excellently, and the cost of the mod, the cost of the mech mod, was extremely reasonable. And I really feel like the Dreamer was vital for the mechanical mod market. I love mechanical mods, and I think it was vital in that it started bringing down some of the more outrageous, even at some points, priced mods into a more reasonable level. So Stan worked again with TimesVape on this mod. And I've been able to, Charlie sent me this for review. So I've been able to use it now for about a week, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to take you down to the table here. I'm going to show you what's in the box. There's some really interesting adjustable parts to this mod that I'm going to show you. Then we'll take a look at the mod. I'll kind of go over what it is. I'll bring you back up top like I do. I'll give you my thoughts and my rating on it, and then we'll move on. Now, don't forget, we have a giveaway today for 2 bottles of ELiquid and a set of coils from Anarchy Coiled. That's going to be at the end of the show here. And to enter that, you're going to go over to Monday's episode and put a number between 1 and 150. It'll be episode 254, Blackcat's featured builder, Anarchy Coiled. So, without further ado, let me take it down to the table here, and we'll take a look at the Keen by TimesVape and TenaciousTXVapes. All right, here we go. Here is the box. Now, these boxes are very interesting. These are designed by Stan, and just his style and just absolutely, I think it's just absolutely fabulous. Let me adjust the camera there. Sorry, guys. So just absolutely fabulous. It's got some kind of like purple brick on it, but here's the box you're going to get it in. Gives you the battery. It supports 18650, 2700, 21700. On here it says TimesVape on the back. You're going to get some little bit more specific information about the mod and stuff that I'll talk about today. So you want to if you want to pause it here and take a look at what all comes with it, there you go. I'm not going to read it off to you because I'm going to be showing you everything that's actually in the mod. So if we open it up, inside here, you're going to get a nice little cleaning rag, which is a nice touch. TimesVape cleaning rag. Here's what the mod actually comes in. Right there. Packaging. I didn't take anything out of here. I left the packaging exactly how it was. That was around the mod as well. Now, the first thing you're going to notice here is there's 2 copper pieces. These are, as Stan explained them, they're beauty rings. And what these do is these go onto are adjustable and fit onto the top of the mod. And I'll show you, when I actually show you the mech, I'll show you how you put these on. But they come in 30, 28, and 25, and they bevel down to the size of atomizer that you have on the mech. So I'm going to put a 25 millimeter atomizer on it. So I have the 25 millimeter top. That was the 28, and then here is the 30 millimeter cap. And they just screw right on and off. Also, you're going to get an extra spring and 2 extra smaller springs that actually fit into, you can kind of see it in there. I don't want to take it out of the plastic, but you can see the extra smaller spring kind of in the middle there inside the bigger spring. There is 3 springs that are actually in the switch of this mod. I'm going to show you one of them, and when I break the button apart, I'm not going to get into the other 2, but I'll show you exactly how they work and how it fires. So here we go. Here is the Keen mechanical mod. Copper version here. Take just a stroll around it. You'll notice, the first thing you'll notice is the shape. So what he did here is he beveled it out in the middle. And if you look, it angles and then sweeps back and comes back up. Put the keen imprint here and on the other side as well. Very subtle though. Nothing, doesn't really call a whole lot of attention to it, but it is a nice subtle touch. Again, you'll see how the beveling goes around here. This is so it fits in your hand. And basically what it does is you can hold it like this on the top grip, or you can hold it down here on a bottom grip. And I'll show you more of that when I bring it back up top where I have a little bit more space. But a huge thing that he thought about that in the design where it would be comfortable to hold in multiple different ways. So let's take a look at the top here. And I'll focus that in for you guys. I got my manual focus camera here, so I have to dial it in. Designed in the USA, it was made and manufactured in China. Serial number and designed by Stan. First thing we're going to look at is the top of this mod. And as I was mentioning before, you can change the beauty ring on the Mech. So this is the 24-25 millimeter. See how it bevels in really nicely there up. And I'll show you what it looks like with an atomizer on here in a few seconds. Mod came extremely clean here. You're seeing, if you see a little, that's just my camera. If it looks like dirt, but it's actually not. That's just the camera angle in the shadow. I inspected it really, really well. The threading on it is excellent. Again, you can see the inner threading here. One great thing about it is it has vent holes on the top and the bottom, so you can put your battery in top side up or bottom side up, negative side up. Completely up to you. So what you'll do is, depending on the atomizer you want to put on here, you'll just grab whichever beauty ring you want and screw it on. Nice option. Very, very nice option. So again, you go down the mod here. It's a 30 millimeter tube and it is 90 millimeters tall. Very similar in size to the Dreamer. Take it out here. I got a 30T in it. I want to show you how the battery actually fits in here. So I'm going to open this up. And you'll see there how nicely that 30T fits. No battery rattle at all. It is a constant contact switch, so that switch is going to hold the battery in place very nicely. Take it out of here. Now, one thing you'll notice is there is a Delrin Insert inside the mod. Kind of seems a little odd, but actually it is there as a safety measure that Stan put in here. It also eliminates all battery rattle. And it allows it to be a 30, a 28, or a 25 millimeter on top. That way you can take it down and it'll look okay with a 30 millimeter atomizer on it. I'm assuming that's why I did, just to put a little bit more so you didn't get any battery rattle in there. Again, the threading on it, TimesVape does a really, really good job with their machining. Threading on it is gorgeous. You can just look around there. Beautifully done. All right, set that to the side. Now, let's take a look at the most interesting part of this mod. So, a couple improvements on the switch. First, this is a constant contact switch. So, what you're going to see here is this gold-plated contact is going to sit against your battery. Around it, you have a Delrin Insert here that is around it, holding it in place. To access the inside of this, get down to your spring and things of that nature, all you're going to do is twist it. So you don't need any tools. The ease of access and the ease of cleaning and disassembling the switch is extremely easy. So I'm just going to take that off of there. This is just the housing that comes out. Here's your button. And then here's your first spring right there. Set that to the side. You do have an extra one of those, as well as inside the button here. So on the bottom says Be Tenacious TimesVape. Has the keen symbol on there. That button look familiar to you? Well, it is the exact same button that you have on the Dreamer, and they are interchangeable. I'm not going to take this part apart. What you would need is a very small pair of needle nose pliers, and if you get down into those holes, you can unscrew the contact here and take it out, and then inside of there, in the hole here, you're gonna see two more springs. So if you look here, here's your action. And let me just tell you, that is buttery smooth. I mean, it's a semi-heavy throw. You can adjust, though, how long you want the throw. by just by unscrewing your pin here a little bit. If you pull it out, it's going to give you a much shorter throw. I left it as standard because I thought the throw was perfect. But if you listen to this here, it's a heavy, nice throw. And when I say heavy, I don't mean that it's hard to push. It's very easy to push. But it has good spring to it, and it feels really, really nice. So there's the button housing right there. All right, so you'll notice that this part of the contact, let me see if I can dial that in for you. That may be the best I can do. Maybe I'll hold it up here. But you'll see here that the contact ball is round. It's a spear. Come on. I'm not even going to try. This camera's not good enough. But you'll see the contact there is a spear. And the inside here is curved. This is actually where the contact goes into the button. So that is going to give you the maximum amount. It's an old engineering trick that if you'll get you the maximum amount of contact when you fire the mod. So instead of it being flat and this being flat and you just getting the surface contact, here you're going to get more contact with that little round piece because of the curvature. And there's the actual button. Again, that is gold plated, as well as this portion is gold plated as well. Super easy to put back together. Just drop your spring back on there. You're going to put your cap on, and then we're just going to screw this right back in. Very easy to clean. I cleaned it before I came on camera. And one thing about it, without it having any kind of inscription or anything really done to the tube, it is super easy to clean. It literally took me about 5 minutes to clean it up before I came on camera here. Another huge pro for me. All right, so I'm going to let you guys take one more look at this. I'll kind of go slow and spin it around. And then I'm going to bring you back up top. We're going to put an RDA on it. I'm going to vape it and tell you my thoughts. All right, let's come back up top. Okay, so let me put an RDA on here. I'm going to put a 25 millimeter RDA on it, as I mentioned, and then I'm going to show you how it looks with that 25 millimeter. I don't have a 30 millimeter RDA, or I'd put it on there, but it looks really, really, really good with the 30 mil. And actually, probably looks a little better with the 30 mil than it does with the 24 or 25. So here's what it looks like with a 25 millimeter RDA. I don't think it looks ideal. Okay, I'll just say that out of the gate. I don't think it looks ideal with the 25 millimeter, but that it gives you the option, that he thought about that, is a huge pro in my book. So, well, let's look at the negatives and the positives of this mod. I sat for literally probably 15 minutes today and tried to think of some negatives, and everything that I thought of, I was nitpicking. I was nitpicking the hell out of it. And I didn't feel it was fair to do that. The one thing I'll say is I don't think it's more suitable for a 28 or 30 millimeter RDA, which in a way is kind of tough on a single battery mech. That's a big RDA to put on it. It really is, and I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather, on a single battery, use more of a smaller chamber with a 24 or 25 millimeter RDA. That way it's a little bit more heat. There's a little bit more heat in the vape. That's kind of my style. It'll probably have a stack section sooner or later, so that 28 or 30 will make a lot of sense. Just like the Dreamer has a stack section, I'm sure this will as well. So I guess one nitpicky type con is that it doesn't look great with the 24 millimeter on it, but at the same time, the only reason you can put a 24 millimeter RDA on it is because he thought of that, right? So that's really a really weak negative. Other than that, I couldn't really think of any negatives, and I tried. I really tried, and again, I was nitpicking the crap out of it, and I don't think that's fair to do, and so that's the only really kind of negative I'm going to bring up with this mod. So let's look at the positives of it. So first off, the look. The look of it, I think, is just absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love the way it looks. It's nice and simple. I like that he put Keen on it and branded it. I think that's really, really cool, but he didn't make it really obvious. He just kind of subtly put it in there with some really, really nice engraving. I like that it's not engraved all over it. You know, like the Purge mod that I did, the Fallout, just a little bit too much. Much more simple and, to me, more aesthetically pleasing. The switch is buttery smooth, guys. Here, I'm going to take a pull off of it here. I'll show you the vapor production on it real quick. Did I not get it on there right? There we go. Here, I'm going to take a pull off of it, but I'm not going to... Oh, I forgot to put the battery in. How funny is that? Let me take a hit off of this after I put the battery. All right. So, check the action on the switch. It's really nice. It really, really is. It's one of the nicest switches I've seen on a mechanical mod. It's fantastic. How easy. I mean, I don't know if you can see how easy that is to push. But again, look at how quickly it fires too. So you can see me pushing it here. I mean, it's immediate. And that's that sphere type contact into that little arc of the switch or of the contact. It just fires immediately. Absolutely perfect. All right, so 21700 30T. I've got the bottom grip on it. I'm going to show you that as well since we're back up top. Top grip. So, bottom grip, top grip. Feels exactly the same in your hand. Feels perfect. The performance. Okay, so another pro of this mechanical mod is the performance. If you like the Dreamer and you thought the Dreamer performed very well, which I did, I thought it performed well, this outperforms it. It hits harder than the Dreamer. This hits, so since I've been doing all the 21.7 mod reviews, Mech reviews, I've done quite a few. And I had the El Thunder 21700 I thought that and the Brizzo were the two hardest hitting that I had used. I hadn't used a side piece, and I hear the side piece hits really, really well as well. This outperforms both of those as far as how it hits. And I'm using the exact same RDA that I used on the El Thunder. And the El Thunder was pretty much that and the Brizzo were neck and neck as far as how they hit, how they performed. This one performs better than both. So the performance of this is unbelievable, better than the Dreamer in my opinion. The options. That Stan thought enough about the design of this mod that he made different beauty rings for the top. Really great idea. And it adds so much more to it. And it's just so much more practical for usage, and it really lets it become an all-day type mechanical mod because you can change out the tops. You can change out the top very easily, put a different RDA on it. You know, if you get a new RDA, you don't have to go looking for another tube. You can just use this one, or if you have different colors, you can use different ones with different RDAs. Fantastic thoughts, great options. Not a lot of other mechanical mods do that, and I thought that was a really nice touch. And the biggest pro for this is the price point. The price point of this mechanical mod is $85 to $95. $85 to $95. Yeah. That's unbelievable, quite frankly. It is, for the quality of machining on this, for the options, for the performance, for it to be under $100 is mind-boggling to me. This is, to me, is a $200 mech mod. Without question. It's a $200 mech mod that you're getting retail at $85 to $95, depending on the metal. The metals that they do offer are copper, brass, stainless steel, and a polished black stainless steel. Would have been nice. Maybe that's one thing. Maybe if they had made electroplated copper black, but they probably will sooner or later after they see how these sell. They're available at TenaciousTX website. They're $85 to $95. You can pick one up. I believe they're still available, but they're in limited quantity and they're going to go extremely fast. So if you're going to get one, then I would certainly plan on getting it sooner than later. If I were to rate this mechanical mod on a scale of poor, meaning it will hurt you, to excellent, meaning that you can't go without it, I rate it as excellent. This is an excellent mechanical mod. At the price point, all the features that it provides, the way that it performs, everything about it, the look, it is an excellently designed mechanical mod. It is an excellently designed performance. And on top of that, you know, if it was priced at $300, it wouldn't be excellent because that is just a little bit too high. But at $95 to $85, I mean, it's an excellent value. It is as good of a value of any mechanical mod that I've seen compared to the Dreamer, which I thought was an excellent value. This mod is better than the Dreamer. And it's the same price. So, The Keen by TimesVape, designed by Stan TenaciousTXVapes.